am a 50 fan. Like, I know that he be trolling, and a lot of people, don't like him, like just like they don't like Donald Trump, right? But I feel like it's no rules in fighting. Like it's no like he doesn't have to because I'm a Cancer. So I got a cousin that's like my first cousin. I ain't talked to her 13 years to this day. Like if I'm done, we're done, right? And I feel like if the truth hurts, you live in a lie. 50 states facts, right? Everything that he said is a fact. This man tried to take my life. We should be talking about the things that Irv Gotti has done, right? And all the foul shit, because I believe that whatever you put out in the universe, you get that back. The way he did Ashanti, just like all the foul things that he's done. That's why he was broke, because nobody wanted to work with him. He burned all of his bridges. I know that people say like, oh, don't speak ill of the dead. I don't care about that, because you're not gonna get up in here in this funeral and act like he was a saint when he did all of this foul ass shit, and the shit like, oh, they cry. No. Pookie got shot because Pookie went over there and shot them people, other people up, and they came back and shot him up too. We are going to have to tell the truth. And I feel like people don't like 50 because he tells the truth. He does not like that man. He has never liked him. Or God, he literally wanted to kill him. Like, tried to have him killed. So I think that a lot of stuff he do is for the media, so we can sit up and talk about it, and he can get 50,000 comments on IG. But I don't necessarily feel fucked up about what 50 did. Like, the man tried to kill you, and now, karma has reached in at his back door, and it has opened up and creeped into him. Because Irv Gotti has did a lot of things that I feel personally are beyond me. And I think that people have to remember that. And also people have to remember that 50 does this. So it's just who he is. But I'm not gonna not like him because somebody tried to kill him and they was on their deathbed and he made a joke. Like, it is what it is. And I feel like if you ain't never like researched it and you ain't watched interviews or read his books or know the full story, then it's kind of hard for you to have an opinion about someone trolling someone on Instagram that happened to pass away, like RIP or Gotti. I think that he did a lot of great things. Like, we got Murder Inc. from him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to try to belittle the accomplishments that he made for us in our community, right? He did some great things, but I also am not going to turn a blind eye to the things that he did do to his people as well in that process. And the fact that he tried to have this man killed, like, that's just enough. And he wasn't even a real gangster. Let's start there. 50 was.
What? I want to say, I just want to kind of rebuttal, right? I don't feel like when people say like, "Oh, that person passed away, that's their karma." Death is due to all of us. You know what I'm saying? So that I don't feel like death is a type of karma thing. And
I didn't mean that death was his karma. I meant the fact that he died broke and he didn't really have shit when he died and how he died. I didn't say death it was his karma, because yes, we all have death coming. So I'm not looking at death as karma. I'm looking at the way his life ended at the end and where he was. Because he really wasn't on shit.
I think that's still subjective, but I also feel like when a person, right, even if somebody did something back to you, right, or somebody did something to you, you retaliate towards them, you're still putting out the same energy that's still going to return to you. You get what I'm saying? That's just the law of the universe, period. Whether you say, oh, this person did this to me and I'm doing this back to them, you're going to return that same energy to you. That's my whole thing. I still don't feel like, I get it. It's certain people that did shit to me too that I would never fuck with ever again in my life. But guess what? I'm not getting on the internet and saying nothing about them. Guess what? You don't exist to me. Right? I'm not about to get on the internet and be like, oh, that person passed away. Oh, this her karma. I'm not doing that. It don't matter. You get what I'm saying? I don't harbor energy like that inside of me. I think that's when a lot of people become spiteful, vengeful. Like that shit is weird. Like, to me, if you really don't fuck with somebody, then don't fuck with them. You don't gotta get on the internet and worry about their every move. Like, oh, this person going through this. Yeah, they going through this because they did to me. You did shit fucked up to people too. So don't. aren't you going to get karma too? That's how that works. Everybody's going to get karma, whether it's good or bad. So I just feel like to sit up there and just be like, oh yeah, this person is going to get bad karma or he's got bad karma. Everybody's going to get their bad karma. Everybody's going to get their good karma. So it's just kind of like, just sit back and just be like, damn, that's fucked up. Sympathy doesn't cost people anything. Like passing away, period, is a bad thing, or just for somebody's children or somebody's, their parents or whatever the case may be. Like it's a sad thing, and then to have a big following and to put that up there, that shit is whack. It's corny. I think any man to me that's on the internet trolling about anything is a bitch. And excuse my language, but that's just how I feel about that. It's weird.
I feel like they both signed up for the same game when you think about it. It's like, that's just like when you in the streets. You can't be like, oh, I'm finna game bang today and go shoot these people, but I want to go to work tomorrow. Like, you can't do that. So it's like, from what I'm hearing, Irv Gotti was doing the same thing. He was trolling 50. He tried to kill him because of some beef, tried to step into some shit that he had no business doing. And instead of respecting his, like, instead of him playing his role, he tried to get big with 50. And when it comes down to this game, like, once you become a troll, once you doing the stuff that, it's like 50 doing back to Irv what Irv was doing to him. They both was playing the same game. And now that he's on his deathbed, people like, no, play a different game. And it's like, why would they? Like, states, like, especially if you beefing with 50 Cents, like, you got to know who you beef with. You can't beef with somebody and try to kill somebody and be like, oh, it's time for you to mature. It's time for you to grow up. It's time for you. Like, I feel like at some point we as a community, though, we do have to do that, because that's the reason why beefs will continue. But if you're once Irv starts signing up for that, that's what men do. And then it's like, it sounds like you want him to, like, I feel like females, we get over it. We be like, that's okay, we'll get through. You feel me? I let that shit go. That shit petty. I'm not gonna entertain it. But I put out like what's gonna come back to me. Niggas live for that shit. Like, they do war. Like, this is it's just something I noticed within men, especially when they beefing to that extent. They not letting that shit go. Especially if you already tried to kill them, like, they not letting that shit go. And like I said, based on who 50 is, the least he's doing right now is troll. Like, that wasn't even a big troll to me. Like, and it is, I do feel like it's tasteless. I do feel like it's classless. But the more I follow 50 and the more I got into things outside his tastelessness and classlessness, I agree with Viz. He's actually like a decent, down-to-earth person. He don't be on the shit that most people in Hollywood be on. That's the reason why he is financially successful as he is. So it's like, Irv, I get, like, that's why I get Aisha point. If you was such a good person and if your karma wasn't bad, then where's the product of your fruit? Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have as much fruit as 50 Cent had, if that make any sense. So it's like, yeah, 50 Cent, like, yeah, basically like his I told you so, my man. He do it for all, like, everybody. That's just who 50 Cent is. Like, I told you, like, you should have listened to me, bro. I told you.
The other part of it too is that we have to keep in mind there's some men will play the game, and once the rabbit has the gun, it's, oh, woe is me, right? And then some men are like, hey, you know what, you got me on that one, but I got you on the next one. And 50 is that dude. So I understand what y'all saying, but that's living in a fairy tale gingerbread world where everybody is perfect and everything is peaches and rainbows and all the others. In real life, no, that's not how that shit work. In entertainment, especially entertainment, streets, all that shit being mixed, that's not how that shit work. So even if somebody was to get the upper hand on 50, 50 not gonna look for, he's not gonna look for sympathy or empathy. He gonna be like, oh, okay, bet you got me, but you ain't gonna get me next time. And I definitely got something for you. So to me, I mean, it's part of the game. You know, all this fan love and war.